Evolution is the theory that all living forms came from ancient ancestors. Through a series of mutations, genetic drift, migration, and natural selection, today's descendants show an amazing amount of similarities and diversity. Evolution on a small scale is called microevolution, relating to the changes that occur such as insects becoming resistant to pesticides. Macroevolution refers to the grand scale. It is associated with extinction, change, stability, and lineage. At the time of its birth, it was a controversial subject. Charles Darwin was the first to formalize the theory of evolution, but before him there were more scientists interested in it. Charles Darwin was born in England and originally planned to take up a career in medicine. When that didn't work out, he switched to divinity in Cambridge. Later he took a 5-year excursion on the HMS Beagle. During his time on board, Darwin read the Principles of Geology that stated there was geological evidence of ancient animals. While on the Galapagos Island, he noticed that the finches on each island were closely related but different in big ways. When he returned, he theorized evolution based on natural selection. 20 years later, he and Alfred Russel Wallace discussed evolution openly. In 1859 he published his extremely controversial ideas. Darwin was attacked for his theory, particularly by the church. But his ideas became widely accepted. Darwin's own grandfather, Erasmus Darwin, was a prestigious physician, botanist, naturalist, poet, and philosopher. He believed that all modern creatures had originated from one living filament, a common ancestor. Erasmus did not come up with natural selection, but he did believe in competition and sexual selection. He believed that the strongest males reserved the right to mate, therefore passing on satisfactory traits. He used an integrative method of research, bringing together multiple branches of science to come to his conclusion. Some of his ideas were like to those of Jean-Baptiste Lamarck. Lamarck is an obscure character in evolutionary history as he was ostracized and his theories were not recognized by his colleagues. He was in the army, then worked as a botanist in the Royal Gardens. In 1793, Lamarck was appointed professor of invertebrates. At the time there was little research on insects. He wrote a series of books about invertebrate zoology and paleontology. Although other scientists in his day hinted at the possibility of evolution, Lamarck declared it forthright. He was discredited by his peers and died a poor man.